Thursday morning, and it's time for Tech for Seniors Live, where technology gets its deserved deep dive. This isn't happening via Zoom, so we can't see who's joining the show. So please sign in to the chat box below as we gather around the screen, both far and wide, with curiosity as our ever-trusty guide. We'll navigate the digital seas, a knowledgeable crew, exploring all the tech tips, both old and new. No need for cameras, no need for dress. Just bring your questions and we'll address. From gadgets to apps and all the tech lore, we're here to help, to teach, and much more. So type away in the chat. Don't be shy. Our tech-savvy hosts are here to reply. It's Thursday morning. Let the tech talk flow at the Tech for Seniors Live, the best tech show.
T-Mobile launches cell towers in space. Interesting. Gemini II, a senior's friend. And where are all those drones coming from? I'm Ron Brown. This is Tech for Senior Live. This is December the 19th, just before Christmas. And I want to welcome everybody for the next that's come to listen to us for the next hour. Thank you so much. We do appreciate that. I will be introducing our great panel that we have today. Hopefully it's going to be a fun show for you. You're probably wondering who the heck we are. Well, we're a group of seniors who enjoy talking and talking and talking, which of course we do a lot of, and we do. We're actually started all on our Monday show, which is called Tech for Senior. And if you haven't joined our Monday show and you haven't been there for a while, we'd sure appreciate if you came over. Let me just give you the, where are we here? This is our website, and you can find all the technology, all the information that you need to come and participate in our Monday show. But of course, this is a show that is broadcast out to Facebook and StreamYard, and it is we do that on a it's not a live presentation, so to speak. We can't see you like we do on our Monday show. So we would appreciate it if you are out there, if you because we have no idea who's out there. If you put something in the chat, say hi, it's where you're from, what the weather is, if you bought any cool Christmas presents, anything interesting that you want to talk about, put it in the chat and we can certainly talk about that. Also, we do appreciate those of you who send articles in for us to post and review. And these are, but just let everyone know, we really like newspaper articles, YouTube videos, stuff like that. This is where we review the news articles of the week. So if you have news articles, just send them along to any of us, and we'll add them to the list of that we have and that we're going to go through. Now, the other thing is if you want to follow along with us today, as we look at these news articles, sometimes the print on our screen's pretty small and you can't see it. So if you want to follow along, all the articles on our Facebook page. A lot of times we do reference articles you want to go back and review, so you can find them all, and just go to Tech for Senior on Facebook and you will find them. Now, announcement I wanted to make to everybody: there will not be a show next week. Next Thursday is we will be having our Monday show, but we're not going to have a show next Thursday. It's the day after Christmas, and we are going to have some family time and spend some time with our family, but we will be back the following week. Let me introduce today the man that just got his computer. Look at the smile on his face. He's a happy guy this week. He got his computer fixed, a new CPU. Huey is the new happy guy. I love to see that smiling face, Huey.
Well, it's kind of happy. I still don't have my backup restored. We're having a conference today with Dell to figure out what happened. It's out there. We just can't figure out how to get it to be restored. So that's the next thing. But and if not, I've got iDrive. I've got all my data stored anyway. So
yeah. So Huey, but the problem is over. The nightmare is over. It's all
the blue screens all are gone.
That's all gone. So it's good. Great. And it actually ended up being a CPU problem, a bad
right.
CPU.
An Intel CPU. That there were some bad ones. It was an i9, the latest series. I can't remember. I think it's the 14th generation. And early on, there were some bad chips that were out there, and this happened to be one of them.
All right. Bob, have you written any more books since I talked to you? Bob, of course, is a producer of many books, and he's written
only six.
Only six.
Only six.
Only six. My heavens, Bob, you just are amazing. In fact, I think I introduced you on Monday and said, and the man who produced 5, which is pretty good in 1 week, 5 books, and you said, no, it's 6.
I haven't even read that many books.
I know. So
get busy. I'd like to sell a couple.
All right.
No, that's not what it's all about. It was something on my bucket list, and I finally managed to do it. And it's the first one that's the hardest. After that, it's not that difficult.
Well, maybe you make a video about how you did it, because maybe that's something that seniors would like, is they'd like to be able to write some books and publish them. That's cool. And of course, we have as our special guest today the man, the gadget guy, the guy that has that famous article on our Tuesday newsletter. He has all these wonderful gadgets that he comes up with. He's a man that also talks about Apple, and I called him multi-dextrous. There's ambidextrous, but I'm calling this guy that's Mr. Bill James, a multi-dextrous guy, because he talks on Apple issues and Windows issues. You're so smart, and also is going to be able to watch the tallest building in the United States being built in Oklahoma City. Holy mackerel! You can see the thing going up from his house. So amazing, Bill. Lots of good things happening in Oklahoma. Eh?
It really is. It's surprising that, in fact, it's almost unreal that that's actually taken place. I sent that article to you when I saw that. I said, well, I guess this is, it's here, it's happening. So go ahead.
I get it, and I imagine it could be. There's no particular reason why it couldn't be built there, but the economy really? There's going to be high rent.
Economy, I don't know. Everybody talks about how bad the economy is, but here in Oklahoma, there's all kinds of buildings and construction going up. It's just I mean, there's every place you look, there's a new building going up.
Really?
So something,
Amazing.
it's not as bad as people are portraying it to be. So I don't
Okay.
know.
All right.
Well,
Well, I look forward.
here in Florida, any city you go in, all you see are these giant cranes where they're building tall buildings, and
Yeah.
so there's a lot of building going on. But it doesn't mean the prices in the grocery stores are going down.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. We got to move on. Now, Huey, can you do the comments? Remember you? I did. I think I did.
I
those
sure can. Yeah,
I
know.
did those last week for
I,
you.
I think I remember how to do it.
Ed Weiss, 44 degrees sunny, central New Jersey. Hi, Ed. Bernard, Sterling Heights Computer Club, Detroit, Michigan. Cool, 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Rob Truman Computer Club, Booter Sun Lake, 62 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, do we know, has Robert been on before? Should we give him the big
I don't
round?
know if he's been here, but he is a member of the Speakers Bureau, and he's done some.
Let's give him a big round of applause anyway.
Yes,
in case it's his first time here. And look, Robert, if you've been here before, sorry, we're seniors. Our memory isn't that great. Maybe we just can't remember you. So sorry about that. But anyway,
it's Rob.
Yeah, Rob, and I think he's got one coming up. Another presentation at Stug, I think next month. But
okay, Mike
more
Lehman,
about that later.
Okay, Mike Lehman, Moncton, New Brunswick, just about freezing, and no snow on the ground, but 15 centimeters forecast for tomorrow. Sally Ann, lots of rain and wind in Kirkland, Washington. Yes, and we got lots of snow in the mountains, which is good. Richard Clarkson, Southern California, going to be, he always likes to rub it in, going to be 80 later on. Nice day. Dick Vogel, listening to holiday music in 72 degrees Sanford, Florida. Mike Saunders, 5 degrees in Chesham, UK. Edie says, holiday greetings from sunny Prescott, Arizona. GSL2, Greg L from Pennsylvania, sunny in the 40s. Greg L is new, or let's give him a round of applause, Greg, in case you're new here. Thank you so much. If you've been before, well, there you go. James, Cookeville, Tennessee, 43 degrees Fahrenheit. Gary Bowden, hello from Victoria. Showers, 7 degrees Celsius. Hi, Gary.
And we're caught up.
And we're all caught up. Excellente. That's good. That's great. All right. Well, I guess we'll get on and talk about some of the articles I want to talk about today. Let's come down, and we'll come down here. And the first one that, you got to be excited about this. This is Starlink Launch Beta Program for Cell Towers in Space. So what is this all about? And I thought this is cool. And so say goodbye to dead zones. T-Mobile, in partnership with SpaceX's Starlink, is launching a beta program for its revolutionary direct-to-cell satellite service, aptly named T-Mobile Starlink. The groundbreaking technology aims to provide cellular coverage to the vast expanses of the United States currently unreachable by traditional cell towers. The beta program is open to all T-Mobile postpaid voice customers with compatible devices. The company is prioritizing first responders for beta, recognize their critical role in emergencies and the importance of reliable communication in disaster situations. So, super interesting. I was saying, we were talking earlier about this, and I can foresee the day where we will have phones that will be well, we do now to a degree, but we'll be talking directly to satellites. We won't need towers. Now, this is a little bit different, because what they're doing is they're going to be taking and routing this around through cell towers, going up to the sky, and then over and down back through cell towers. I mean, so all your phones should pretty well work with this. You don't need any specific phone that is going to be a satellite phone. It should theoretically work with
So Ron, I have a problem. I have problem now with I have T-Mobile, but
Right.
T-Mobile had to send me something special to go through Wi-Fi because my cell tower isn't accessible. So if the satellite talks to the cell tower and my phone talks to the cell tower, which I can't get, then I don't have any access to the satellite.
Well, it's it's amazing technology, but it just might work. Let's watch this story. Let's watch this story. So this is a new story. This just came out this week, and we will see. Now this is different. I did a video about Apple's texting, and they're through Canada, United States. If you have an Apple device, you can actually text directly to a satellite and do texting with Apple. So Apple has that capability, and even the Pixel 9s only do this for emergency calling. And those are the only two phones that really actually have, with the modems, have direct satellite connectivity to do stuff directly with satellites. This isn't that. This is still using cell towers, but it's sort of a cell tower in space is the way they've gone. So it's an interesting technology. We're going to be talking more about.
Yeah, one thing about it is well over 4,000 Starlink satellites up there, but not all of them are capable of this. It's only some of the newer ones, right. And so it's a newer technology that they're going to have on some of the satellites. So it's not going to be as widely available as Starlink is, but it's certainly going to be something to be reckoned with. And
I think it'll be the satellites that are focused in the United States. I think this is the United States only plan. So, all right. The next one I want to talk about. Did anyone else have anything you want to say?
I had a question to say that. So, say for instance, you're in a rural area. There's no cell tower. So you won't be able to access the satellite, right?
Exactly.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm just not sure of the technology and how they're going to do it. That wasn't in the article. So
because what Bill is saying is the whole reason for this to be is for areas that don't have cell towers. So there must be some way in which they can pick it up.
Yeah, something is. We're doing
and we'll be talking about this more obviously in the future. I want to move next on to Gemini 2. Now, Gemini 2 is out, and of course, Gemini is Google's AI. We've talked a lot about that, and I thought it was very interesting. I wrote an article about this in our Saturday newsletter. And really talking about how this can help seniors, and the how this AI technology can benefit seniors. What is the advantage in this? And some of the ones that Gemini 2 can assist with a variety of routine activities, medication reminders, voice automated tasks, organizing schedules, a lot of things that seniors find difficult to do because maybe they don't understand how to do that with their computer devices. This will simplify it, and you just ask it to do it and it's done. Improving communication, voice and text translation, drafting messages, and video calling. And again, you don't actually have to know how to do anything. It will do it for you. Enhancing health safety, health tracking, emergency assistant, fitness suggestions, learning entertainment opportunities, learning new skills, access to audiobooks, podcasts. Again, this is a technology that you just say, I want to do something, and it does it for you. Reducing loneliness with AI companionship. We've seen this. Bob and I have talked about.
Yeah, did they copy the stuff from my video or what?
Gemini Live, you can just keep going. And then and the final thoughts, Gemini 2 represents a leap forward in making technology more accessible, helpful, and empowering, especially for seniors, by simplifying daily tasks, improving communication, and supporting health and well-being. Gemini 2.0 offers practical benefits that consistently improve quality of life. So I think that when I see people saying to me, I can't possibly think why I'd ever want to use AI, which is just, they just don't understand of the benefits that are there and how easy this makes it happen. Any comments on that?
Ron, yeah, Ron, it wasn't too long ago that everyone was saying Google is really far behind in AI, and they've really lost it, and there might be the end of Google. All of a sudden now they're coming up with some really good stuff. They just released this week something called VEO, VEO, and it is a text to video or text to something else, and it just blows Sora from OpenAI away. It's just amazing how great the videos are.
Yeah, but one is available and the other one is being talked about, right? We don't have
the VEO is a wait list, and I know some people who were on the wait list and have already been accepted and are using it. So
lots of interest.
The wait list is not too long. So
lots of interesting stuff. Yeah, Bill, any comments? Any
well,
thoughts?
I was surprised to find that on my Chromebook, I noticed that I had the option of using Gemini 2.0 plus a couple others that are on a little drop-down tab. I haven't got a chance to play with it very much, but I intend to.
Right. But Bob, but we were talking about this before the show started. Like what Bob was saying is that this software really allows you to ask it to do something, and it will either do it for you or clearly explain how to do it. Right, Bob? It just makes it. So it's conversational AI. For example, you
don't have to code. You don't have to do anything. You speak the way you always speak, and the AI will give you answers.
Right.
Also, so I guess very much similar to Microsoft's Copilot.
Yeah, I mean, we're saying
the answers are also come back to you in a form that if you ask it simply, your answers will be simple for you to follow.
Yeah. So it's something that we need to, and I think this will be a major thing we're going to talk a lot about on our Monday show this year. Is I think we're going to talk a lot more about how this can work for people and how it's a technology that's easy to use, and you really should be using it now.
Ron, one of the recent videos I just put out is AI, a senior's best friend.
Right.
We're
going to play it.
And I have a program the fourth Friday of every month called Let's Talk AI.
Oh,
we talk about a lot of these things and how they can be used.
Exactly. Listen, we got to get on with the news articles. I was going to talk about a little bit about drones, but I think I'm going to pass that because that'll come up in our some of the articles, and I want to get on with the articles. Do we have any more comments before we get going here?
Yeah, let's see. Just a couple.
See, Parker. A tower in space. That's what. Robert says, LEQ is worth checking out, designed for seniors.
Correct. One of the articles or one of the apps mentioned in that AI, a senior's best friend.
All right. Excellent. Is that it?
Yep.
Okay. Excellent. So let's get on. And so remember, follow along if you want. We're going to start the articles. Let me go over.
Don't forget to refresh.
Yeah.
Is there only one, Bob?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm there. That's yours, Bob.
Okay. The free Wi-Fi trap. Why you should think twice before connecting at your favorite cafe. And this goes into quite a bit of detail. So if you've got the time, take a peek. And
that picture that we're looking at was a AI generated, correct?
Naturally.
And look how good
Chat
it is. Yep. Just amazing.
Yep.
You know, Bob, it's just before we move on to that, I was just going to say, I guess, do you think there's still a lot of people using public Wi-Fi? I mean, most of the data plans and stuff we use now is all inclusive, and they're so cheap. Do people really still use a lot of public Wi-Fi?
We still have people coming into the senior center. We still have people at Walmart. We still have people at the hospitals. We have people at McDonald's and lots of cyber cafes. Yes, It is still being used, and unfortunately still being used without regard to the fact that you could have your stuff stolen.
Yeah, I was in Walmart the other day, and my phone could not get any service to be able to use their Wi-Fi, so I had to use the in-store to find things. So,
all right, thanks.
This was an article. If you look at the picture, that is one of the GPUs, or graphical cards.
Graphical processing units, GPUs.
Yeah, processing unit. And they do have fans. When mine kicks in, boy, does it sound like an airplane taking off.
It does, and mine does the same thing. You know, in fact, mine comes with 6 gigabits of RAM, right? And Camtasia, my video editing software, is loaded on not my hard drive or not on the RAM of my PC, but it's on the GPU, and you can hear that ramp up when I'm doing video. So it's interesting.
Yeah. So that's what those fans are. We both have NVIDIA, but Radeon is another brand. But if you're going to invest in a new GPU, that would be a desktop one, I'm sure. What you want to do is read this article, so it'll tell you some things to look for. The next article is something I thought was interesting. The teens, social media, and technology. Nearly half the U.S. teens, 46%, say they're on the internet almost constantly. But let's go ahead and look at this and close this out. There was a couple of charts. Let's see if that other chart is still here. Yeah, right here. YouTube is used the most, then TikTok, then Instagram, Snapchat, and then finally Facebook, which is not used very often by teenagers. But YouTube is the most widely used. Now, what are they looking at on YouTube? It's, if you go to YouTube and look at YouTube, they have everything. I watch old TV programs, I watch movies, and I watch a lot of the news encapsulated form, and so there's a lot of information there. It's a good place to get news, but a lot of times it's one-sided. Okay,
but you can pick which side you want.
Yes. Okay, Ron, this is yours.
On Wednesday, OpenAI launched a 1-800 ChatGPT telephone number that anyone in the U.S. can use to call ChatGPT via voice chat for up to 15 minutes for free. The company also says that people outside the U.S. can send text messages to the same number for free while using WhatsApp. So if you want to use WhatsApp, you can do that again. So upon calling, the user hears a voice say, "Hello again, it's ChatGPT, an AI assistant. Our conversation may be reviewed for safety. How can I help you?" And then you just ask the question. So this is just 1-800 ChatGPT.
I have ChatGPT on speed dial, and you'll soon see a video me using speed dial.
So you can call ChatGPT and ask what time it is.
That's
What a new concept. You remember when we were kids, it was a phone number you could call and find out what time it was.
Well, just a minute now, Huey. Suppose you're in Walmart and you see let's take this pen here, and you think, is this a good deal on this pen? But you don't know how to. Maybe you're just confused about how to ask and stuff like that. You have a 1-800 number dialed into ChatGPT. Do your research, right? Is pen a good deal or not?
Yeah.
So I think it's great.
Ron, this is yours as well.
Yes, this is a very, very interesting article from Bleeping Computer. There's been a really big uptick in ongoing phishing attacks using and this is one of the ways in which they're now, which is sort of novel, is getting into your system, is by calendar notifications. And when you get when you get something and you want to put it on your calendar, your Google or your Google Calendar, if you look, one of the things that happens is it automatically sends a link back to the person who sent you the article when you want to link it so it's an appointment, and it confirms that you're going to be there. It sends it automatically back to that originator. And this is one of the ways in which these phishing attacks are getting into your system. And this is a novel way that's started. And this outlines some of the settings that you can do to set that up if you're using Google Calendar that will prevent this from occurring. So I'm not going to go through what the settings are, but you can read the article. But this is a big issue that's coming out.
Yeah, for everything that we have that's good, the bad guys try to find a way around it.
Yeah, I haven't heard of it. Bob, have you seen this before? Have you
Yeah, well, the link you quite often get that says add to your calendar, and you usually have a choice whether you want to put it on Google or Microsoft, the calendar app.
Right.
That can be manipulated.
Yeah. So anyway, read the article. It's pretty good. Yeah. And this is that mine?
This is you. Yep.
Okay, so this was another interesting one for everybody, that there's a big round of new Gmail security warning for 2.5 billion second attack wave coming. And so there's another round, and these are by and large phishing attempts. But they were talking, there's an interesting, some interesting things about this. So one of the things that happens is, let me give you an example. If you're a YouTube creator and you're creating technology, you're often anxious to get people who would talk to you about adding ads to your videos, right? And so lo and behold, you're getting a lot now of these phishing emails coming out saying, Huey, that's a great channel you have. I'd like to start up a dialogue with you to put some ads on your channel. And the first thing that people who are writing videos and putting videos up, that's a great thing. So these get quickly, responded to. And then what happens is, after a few emails back and forth, they send you a media care package. And this is all the things that you need to do to start the contract. And that, of course, is an install. And that's where they get you with the virus, right? And I have seen personally more of these, about once every 2 or 3 weeks. I get, because Gmail is really does very good with blocking phishing attempts, but these get through, and I get them, and they're from people I don't know, and they say, we looked at your website, we really think this is great, we think we can help you, and they're trying to get dialogue with me. And this is part of the way they're doing this. So read the article. Be very, very careful on people you don't know that you're getting email from. It's interesting. There's some really cool little snafus they get you on. So good article to read. This was Apple Maps. I've never heard of Apple Maps because I don't have any Apple products. Everybody uses Google Maps. But I put this up there. If you do use Google Maps or Apple Maps, there's a big upgrade to Street View, and it's a big thing that will make Apple Maps more like Google.
I'll
Maps.
have to check that out on my iPad. I have not.
Yeah, so I thought I'd bring this up, but I don't use it. But I thought, well, that's interesting.
Yeah, thank you for the article.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so I like this idea, because then every time I say Google, my phone isn't going to start up on me. So they're talking about changing it to Hey Gemini. Do you guys think that's a good idea?
I do. I have my phone now. When I say Hey G, It connects me directly to Gemini, but I'd like to have it where I say, hey, G instead of hey. Well, they're both G, I guess, but
Yeah.
this is you as well.
Yeah, Google 2 Gemini update will supercharge your phone. 3 changes to try first. One of the things that have a look at the article. It goes through different settings that Gemini 2 will control your phone as well, and a lot of things that you want, so you can do a lot of voice. You just talk to it. I guess you want to just look at some of the changes and settings that you knew. So this is started by Tom's guide. This came out this morning, and I would encourage you to read this. A lot of the stuff that you need to do check some of your settings in your phone.
The problem a lot of seniors have is we don't like a lot of changes, and with the new AI stuff, it's changing every day. It's hard to keep up with. Now, I've been a little behind because my main computer hasn't been working. So I haven't been testing these things. There's all kinds of new stuff in the last 2 weeks. I'm going to have to contact Bob and find out how to use them.
Exactly. Oh, this is a hoot. Is Chris and Jim here? Is Chris and Jim Gould?
They haven't posted
see them, no.
This, I don't know why. I guess I got this because maybe they posted this. Chris Gould and Jim, of course, everyone knows they're Geeks on Tour. And this is a talk Chris gave in 2010 at the Toastmasters Club, talking about her days transitioning. She's a lawyer. She was a lawyer that taught law or practiced law for a number of years. And she left law and started the first, when computers first came out, technology teaching center. And this is about her life transitioning from law to teaching. And this is a speech that she gave in 2010. It's not a news article, but it's so cool. I got to talk to her about it.
Very interesting.
It's really interesting, and particularly if you know them as well as we do, it's really fun. This is an article Bob and I were talking about this morning that came out. TP-Link. Now, I don't use TP-Link, but it's really a popular router that and all their products, and they have some.
I think you're talking about a different article.
Yeah, you skipped one.
Did I skip?
Oh,
one?
okay. Sorry, TP-Link. Where are we?
No, Amazon.
No, Amazon. Oh, yeah. Amazon is facing biggest strike ever before the holidays. Yeah. Well, yep. That's
it's big and it's not big, so it depends on
where you are. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not going to affect everybody, but it is going to affect some people in certain areas.
It affects me here in Las Lunas. Amazing. Because we do have a distribution center here. And it's one of the ones picked. I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know, Bob. They're always having a hard time. Let's see what the U.S. government.
Now comes the
U.S. government is investigating TP-Link, a Chinese company that dominates the American home router market, over potential national security risks. Authorities are concerned about the company's alleged failure to address security flaws in its routers, which have been linked to cyber attacks by Chinese hacking groups. TP-Link, now this is interesting, TP-Link, which holds 65% of the market share in the U.S., provides routers to millions of homes, and they have known flaws that they're not fixing, which is allowing Chinese hackers to come in. Well, okay. Interesting story.
Yeah, I have a TP-Link router.
Yeah,
so do I.
I've had it.
I'm not using it, but I have one.
I am. You're hearing me through it. So,
well, I guess they're hearing us over in China. What do you have, Bill? Do you have a TP-Link?
I just bought a TP-Link extender.
Oh.
I haven't set it up yet.
It extends all the way to China.
Yeah, it extends
I just got it.
Yeah, there you go. Well, interesting.
Okay, X gains a faster Grock model and a new Grock button. Grock is X, or the old Twitter, Elon Musk's company. It's another AI text to image, and they have improved it and
It's
now
more
have a
than
button
just
for
text
it.
to image. It does pretty good on anything you ask it.
Yep. Google DeepMind unveils a new video model. That's the one I talked about earlier, to rival Sora, and this talks about it and how to connect to it. And that's the one that I was talking about earlier, the VO or VEO. And just to, while we're talking about that, let me. There was somebody who had made a comment about it. Yeah, right here. Marquee Brownley has just released a video on YouTube on Sora versus VO2, as well as Matt Wolf, who I follow, just did a really good video. He has access to it, and he did a lot of different tests using the VEO, and then talked about it, and then also did this using the same prompt, doing it with Sora. So a really good article about that. Okay, the next one here is YouTube will now let creators opt in to third-party AI training. What that means is YouTube is going to allow us that have videos on YouTube to decide whether we want the AI training to use our materials or not. It's an opt-in.
Now, Huey, that is available now. In fact, I got I had that as an option when I uploaded a video yesterday. I don't know what do you. I don't know the answer to that. What I don't really see why I wouldn't. Like, what do you have any thoughts on that?
I want to know. I want to know, what is Google getting out of this, and as a creator, what do I get out of it if I allow it access to my material? Right now, it doesn't look like I get anything out of it, and they get lots of it out of it. So I have not signed into this.
Well, so does the end user. They get to use, when they do searches, or when they use AI to get information, it's going out and finding all this, going through all this material. Well, your material now is being added to that.
Only if you allow it. It is not.
Yeah. If you opt into it,
right.
Yes, absolutely.
It's off by default.
And,
okay. So Bob, you're a no. What are you going to do?
I'm a no because you're using my stuff, but I'm not seeing anything for it at all. Okay. Nothing. Okay.
Well, and also a lot of what we do, we're getting from AI, so we're not adding anything to it anyway.
So Hugh, are you a yes or a no?
I have not decided yet.
Okay,
I'm an undecided. I'm a fence sitter.
And I don't think, Bill, you don't publish a lot to YouTube.
No, I don't publish a lot, so I'm not in this game.
Okay. All right. Well, interesting. I thought, well, I don't know. Okay.
This is an article you might want to look at for seeing what's coming up. CES, of course, is a consumer electronics show. Mike and I used to go quite often and several times together in Vegas. It's the largest trade show in the world. And it just, you can't see the whole thing in the week that it's there. But all these companies announce things that are either brand new or are coming, or a lot of times they will announce items that they have developed that other companies can use in their products. And so they're basically there so other companies can find them and then make deals with them. It is huge. And this article kind of talks about some of the things that you may see at this CES. And as usual, I'm sure Mike and I will be monitoring the CES as it goes along. It's usually the first week in January. And we should hear a lot of what's going to be coming next year. Apple is reportedly giving up on plans to turn the iPhone into a subscription. They were thinking in terms of, instead of buying an iPhone, you would subscribe to it. and then you'd get updates and you would get new hardware based on this subscription plan. But it appears that they've given up on that plan, which I think is a good thing. Bill, you're up on this one. Bill's having a little issue. So after decades of talk, Seagate seems ready to drop the HMR hard drives, and I'm not familiar with what they are. So if Bill comes back, maybe we can come back and revisit that.
Okay.
Is Bill back? No, I don't see him yet. So we'll skip Bill's here, and we'll come back once he gets on. Bob, this is yours.
Yeah, AI honeypots, and this one happens to be the AI generated discussion about my article on AI honeypots and the ethics of cybersecurity. And it talks about setting up a honeypot, but this honeypot is a little bit different than most because AI kind of goes off and starts doing things it shouldn't. So
what is a honeypot?
A honeypot is something that's set up to trap hackers. It makes it look like an actual server that they think they can hack, only it's set up to trap the hackers. That's what a honeypot is.
Ah, okay. Let's go back.
Just before we get back to Bill's,
Okay.
Huey, do you want to just deal with any comments we have? We're reaching our last few minutes.
Oh, gosh,
We'll
really?
get to your articles in a sec.
Yeah. Let's see here. Where do we leave off?
Yeah, I apologize. My my laptop ran out of juice.
Okay, just a sec, Bill. We'll get to your articles. We got them all teed up, ready to go. Steve Powell, Kirkland, Washington, 49 degrees. Mike Ungerman, my new minis now coming out with slot for external GPUs, although their graphics are almost always powerful with internal circuitry. Oh, interesting. Yeah, seeing public and external. Oh, that's cool. Murray Stone says, good morning from Victoria, BC, where it's cloudy and in the low 40s. The trouble with ChatGPT when looking for a deal is that it doesn't have current data.
Yes, it does.
I think it does. Mike Saunders, Mark Brownley has just, I think we talked about that. We already talked about that.
Oh, yeah, we did. Yeah.
Jason Scroggins, I'm 33 years old. Hey, you're the youngest person here. Welcome, Jason.
Yeah.
I don't understand this comment. So.
Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah. Betty says, from Clearwater, last night I attended a meeting with my local computer group and where we were talking about the new brushing scam that is happening at the holidays. It's just wild, the new way you're being scammed. Yes, lots of new things happening. Most TP-Link routers work great when firmware is replaced by open sourced Tomato firmware. Okay. All right. I'm okay. Interesting. Let's get to Bob or Bill's, Huey.
Yeah. Bill, here's the first one after.
Yeah, this one right here, I never heard of this before. And what it is that by heating up your hard drive, the technology, though, that says by heating up the hard drive, you can extend the amount of storage. And so Seagate apparently is working on this, and it's called HMR, and it's a type of hard drive that's probably going to be used in servers because you get like 32 terabytes. So I thought it was interesting is that we thought that platters were actually going away and going by with the solid states. Well, apparently there is some other technology that actually involves actual hard drives, and the way to extend the amount of storage is by heating them up.
Well,
So
heat is. I always said heat is never your best friend, right?
that's what I always thought, but apparently that's not the case with this.
Oh,
So it was an interesting article,
All
and
right.
it's something that I had not heard of. HMR hard drives.
I had not heard that either, but I can remember back when I had a BBS, there was some software that you could get that would take your hard drive and double the storage in it, which was a fantastic thing. And not all drives you could do it with, but I remember doing it on several drives, getting extra storage. So yeah, there's ways they find to add to these things. It's the price of the chip drives, the SSDs is down a lot. I just bought a 2 terabyte and I didn't pay much for it. And actually, let's see if you can see it here. I mean, it's small and it's 2 terabytes, and I could have got a 4 terabyte, and it was relatively inexpensive and fast.
Yeah, Drew King had sent me something about a 2 terabyte flash drive that was really quite inexpensive. It was on sale during, I think, Black Friday.
Okay, and your next article, Bill, was?
Well, this was kind of interesting. It was warning you, well, not warning you, but advising you as you plan on buying a TV in 2025, that you can expect lower prices, but more ads. And apparently, Walmart has bought Vizio. Is becoming the house brand now.
Yep.
And so they're going to take on Roku, and but something to be, I guess, to be aware of, that you're going to have these cheaper TVs are also going to include ad content. So if you're opposed to having ads or don't like them, then you might want to just be aware when you are looking at that cheap TV to see that it doesn't contain material that you may not want.
That's very true. In fact, that was an article we talked about before. Was the sole reason Walmart bought Vizio was for that reason, that they can put advertising on TVs. That's the interesting.
And the other one is I'm quite a fan of DJI. I own a drone myself, a mini one, but apparently there's a issue of the software that they use that is becoming a security issue, and so they might get banned from selling in the United States. But I think by far they're probably the largest purveyor of drones that I'm aware of, and they probably have some of the best ones on the market. But not only the drones, but they have I think it's the largest portion of their business, although they make other things in addition to that. But I thought that was something that might be of interest to people that enjoy flying drones. And there's been a lot of information and news about drones lately. So it might be an interesting article that people might want to just read.
I want to bring this up. JJ Johnson says DJI has about 70% of the market. He's got 4 of them. Mm-hmm. And they are manufactured in China, and as well as the software. And they're a big part of the market. And DJI does have some other things. Ron, you have a DJI camera.
2.
So do I. I have a DJI camera.
Yeah. I also have their gimbal, a lot of their gimbal products as well. But I also have a DJI drone. I thought 2 or 3 years ago I was going to get my drone license and get into flying drones, and I went out and bought, I guess, a $600 drone, and it's sitting on my shelf right behind me here. I like to look at it every day.
Is it still in the box?
Yeah, it's still in the cellophane box, and I'm sitting there. It's never been opened, and part of the problem is I decided to get my drone license, and it's like tough. And we have 3 airports that are right behind me, and I'm in a no-fly zone for 3 different ways, and I'm gonna have to get in my car. Plus, you can't fly them in any of our national parks or provincial parks, and people hate drones. Like literally, if I took this drone out and went down to my local park and tried to fly it, there would be people driving up, yelling and screaming. People do not like drones. And so it is not easy to fly these things. Maybe where Bob lives
Come on over. We occasionally have drone workshops at our park.
Yeah, but it depends on the area you're in, Bill. But it is if I wanted to fly a drone, I'd have to drive quite a ways and some very inhospitable areas to try and fly it. That's just my geographical location. I'm sure there's lots of people who are in areas where this is certainly possible to fly them. But I also think there's a big problem with the when we see the potential hazards that these things can cause, particularly in the war in Ukraine and the things that drones are being used for now, is the potential for really bad things to happen is coming up or is looming now. And you saw a little bit about the hysteria in the recent New Jersey drone sightings that you saw and all the craziness that went on about that. So there's gonna, I really think that if something bad happens, that's it for civilian drones. I just don't think this is going to be a technology that, because the potential is so bad for things to go wrong with this. I just don't think that's something that we're going to go far with this.
Yet Amazon and Walmart and some others are trying using drones. So,
but that's a commercial basis. That's a commercial. Yeah. Those are well-defined commercial operations that are clearly, using that for specific purposes.
But Ron, a lot of this comes down to enforcing the laws that are already on the books. And this is because the laws aren't being enforced, that you have drones that aren't registered when they should be.
Well, I think there's a stiff fine if you don't comply. But I have a drone that I bought for the same reasons Ron did. I was anxious to try, my hand at it. I was going to play with it. So I bought the Mini to get around the fact that I didn't have to register it. But the problem I have is the same as Ron. I'm in a no-fly zone.
Right.
So I have to drive outside of my geographical area in order to fly it. So as a result, it's only been flown once, and that's been inside my house.
So okay, Bill, there's several comments about that. Let's see what our audience has to say.
Do you need a license to fly a drone? Are there any common sense rules for this? That would depend on what country you're in, of course, and it depends on the ones that Bill and I have are just below the weight that you do not need a license to actually fly them. But it depends on what you're doing as well, because remember, you're not supposed to fly these over people, over highways, over inhabited areas, right, Bill? Now the rules are different a bit. I don't know what the rules in the United States are compared to the rules in Canada, but there are some. I remember when I went to get my drone license, there was a book that was this thick that I had to learn and look at. There are incredible rules that go on with this, but it is what it is. And like Bob says, if you can't enforce them, then what's the point? The drone license is only necessary if you plan to use it commercially, and they only have to be registered with the FAA if they're over. That's right. And the ones we have are just under that, JJ. But that again, though, depends on, at least in Canada, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're using it commercially. Any drone depends a lot where you're flying these drones. No, the main rule is no higher than 400 feet and line of sight. But that's not true. That's not entirely true. You cannot fly them over people. You can't fly them over people. You can't fly them over homes. You can't fly them over highways. You can't fly them over buildings. These pose big safety concerns. Mike Ironman says
one of the rule here. So
one of the videos on the drones in Ukraine shows them carrying robot dogs that hunt their prey and can shoot them or about. Okay, right. Yeah. So it is. So robot dogs, really. Yes. I knew we'd talk a lot about this. Terminator just yeah, we've done all those. Huey, let's go on to the next. Let's get the next article. We got a few more articles to go through here.
Okay, that one we did. And this is from me. 15 times to use AI and 5 not to. Article if you're thinking about AI or not thinking about it or don't want to. This is an interesting article. It has some things that AI where it's good to use it, and 5 definitely not to. And then this is me as well. And I mentioned about Grock earlier, so we'll go past that. This one I thought you might get a kick out of, Ron. Costco uses App Space and Chrome OS for digital signage, mostly for signage for their employees. Instead of posting notices to their employees now, they're using a Chrome OS and something called App Space, and they're able to put up revolving notices for their employees.
Excellent. Yeah.
Interesting.
And Ron, this is you.
Yeah, this is good as you're moving into the Christmas season and travel. If you have an iPhone, and over 50% of the people in the United States have iPhones, iOS 18.2 includes a new Find My option for sharing lost luggage location with airlines. So you will be able to, I guess, click this and it'll be Find My option for sharing lost luggage with my lost luggage location with airlines. So should be able to link it into airlines. So this is a new feature, 18.2. If you have an iPhone, have a look at this. This may be a benefit when you're.
Yeah, I put the iOS 18.2 on my iPad, but because it's the 9th generation, it doesn't give me any of the AI stuff that's included in it. Neither does the 10th generation of the iPad. It's only the ones that have the M chips in them.
And this is a new, I guess we got this. So this may be the last article. This is an interesting article. We talked a bit about this.
Sorry, wait a minute. There we go.
Okay. This is an
article. To get
article.
rid of this.
We talked a little bit about this last week, but AstroPay is a new digital wallet that is debuting, and it's a multi-currency cross-border payment. And it gives much better benefit to currency transactions. Now, who would want to use this? If you had a business that did a lot of cross-border shopping, not to the necessarily just to the United States, but could be in Europe, and you're changing money constantly as you're going through that. This is a new service that's starting, and it's a digital wallet that you can use.
Ron, I had used PayPal. I ordered something from Great Britain that had to be paid for in pounds. And of course, I don't have pounds, but I used PayPal and it was able to do that for me.
It is.
Yeah.
It does do that, Bob. But where this is the advantage is you get better rates. This is the deal with this is if you're a business and you're doing lots of volume daily on this, that PayPal's expensive when they do the currency conversions. So this gives you a much better currency conversion, and so there are some advantages to this. I think
at the top of the hour.
It is.
One last comment.
JG says yes. LEQ may be great for seniors, but the subscription is rather expensive. They did a demo for my club a few years ago. Oh, interesting. We should talk maybe a bit more about that.
Yeah, and you know what? something called Tech for Seniors is free.
Yeah. Is it? I thought we were charging for that.
No, that's why we're able to take next week off, and nobody nobody can get mad at us because they didn't pay for it.
They can ask for their money back, right?
Yeah.
All right, there you go. Hey, listen, everyone, thanks so much for coming. Let me just get rid of. We'll get rid of that, and let's have a look. Just undo that.
Yeah, I'm looking for it now. Okay.
And we'll do that.
There we go. We lost Bill, so we'll add him.
There's Bill's back. There we go, Bill. All right. Well, thank you, everyone, for coming. It was a great show. We talked about a lot of interesting things. The drone one could have gone on for a long time. We'll have to bring that up again. Maybe even have a show on Monday and do a bit on drones or something. I don't know. Anyway, thank you for coming and listening. Don't forget, next week we're taking Thursday off, but we'll be available and we will be online for the next Thursday. So, and
the Monday shows will be at regular time.
The Monday shows will be on for sure. That's right. Huey, thanks so much for coming today. I do appreciate that smile on your face, man. I haven't seen that smile for a long time. Bob, keep those books coming. You're an amazing man. And Bill, James, keep us posted on that new building going up, hey?
Oh, I will. I'm going to go down and take pictures.
Yeah, don't send your drone over there. I don't think you'll be happy with that. All right. Okay, then. Talk to everyone soon. Thank you for coming. Bye now.
Bye-bye.